Hey everybody, Macktion here from tabletroms.com, and I have a game review for you. This is of a game you may not have heard of called Puddle. Puddle is a game by Neko Entertainment, and it's really quite a bit of fun. I would have never looked the direction of Puddle if a friend hadn't recommended it to me. But Puddle is a game where you try and get a liquid, or a puddle if you will, from the beginning of the maze to the end of the maze. And I know that doesn't sound that cool, but it's really fun because you don't directly control the puddle. What you do is you control the world around. You tilt the world. In some cases, you move the human body. In other cases, you move sort of like paddles to knock whatever you've got around. This not actually controlling it makes it a lot more fun than I think it would otherwise be. And if you think you're going to get bored moving a puddle around on the screen, I think you're a little bit mistaken. Because in this particular game, every couple of levels, you change the characteristics of the puddle that you're controlling. You go from something like controlling coffee to controlling water. And from water to weed killer to trinitrotoluene, and every time you change liquids or puddles, the game mechanics change just a little bit. Like when you're trinitrotoluene, any large impacts will explode all of the trinitrotoluene that is one specific, one non-segmented puddle, all of that will explode. So you've got a good chance of having to start completely over if you handle it a bit too roughly. And in other times, what you really need to do is get as much speed as you can. Sometimes you need to strike that perfect balance between speed and consistency, because some of the liquids tend to slowly move apart, whereas others have a great cohesion. So every single level, and every couple of levels, when you change puddles, you really have to change tactics. Now, you may notice that on the level select screen, every so often there's a little, frowny face over there next to one of the levels. Now, the game comes with 4 whines, and so when you can't beat a level, you whine and go past it. As far as a puzzle platformer goes, Puddle is really fun. I think it's probably the funnest puzzle platformer I've played in at least a year. So anyway, Puddle, a really fun game. I would say go and pick it up. It doesn't cost that much, and it's a really good distraction for a few hours. So thank you very much. I hope you've enjoyed the review, and that was Puddle.